And now, Introduce Everything proudly presents Cinderella. It is based on the story of Cinderella. Let's tell you the story, shall we? Once upon a time, there was a young girl named Cinderella. Cinderella had 5 ugly, mean, wicked stepsisters named Eliza, Isabella, Georgia, Hannah, and Tasha. Eliza, Isabella, Georgia, Hannah, and Tasha made Cinderella do all the chores. Sweep the floors, wash the dishes, do it all, said Eliza, Isabella, Georgia, Hannah, and Tasha all together. Then one day, the king of Octuple's messenger arrives and says, "Hear ye, hear ye! The king of Octuple is going to throw a ball, and whoever has the most beautiful gown and crown shall marry his son, Prince Octuple." But Cinderella is not welcome. Her stepsisters are. They then argue over who will Prince Octuple marry. Later, Cinderella is so sad, and she can't go to the ball and marry Prince Octuple while doing chores. Suddenly, her fairy godmother asks Cinderella what's wrong by saying, "Why are you crying, Cinderella?" Cinderella responds, "I got lots of chores to do, but I can't go to the ball and marry Prince Octuple." Cinderella's fairy godmother said, "I can help with a bit of magic," and waved her magic wand. Because of that, Cinderella's chores are all done, but her fairy godmother is not done yet. She said, "Cinderella, go fetch me a pumpkin." Luckily, Cinderella has a pumpkin. Cinderella's fairy godmother waved her magic wand again to turn the 8 pumpkins into a handsome coach drawn by 16 strong horses, and then Cinderella's ripped clothes into a gown and crown. Cinderella said, "I've never seen such an terrific gown. Get a load of my glass slippers." Her fairy godmother said, "Have fun, Cinderella, but I would warn you, return home before midnight, or the spell will be broken and everything will change back to the way it was before." Cinderella accepted the warning. Meanwhile, at the ball, Prince Octuple was wondering who he should marry. Eliza, Isabella, Georgia, Hannah, and Tasha say all together, "He's walking towards me." But he's not walking towards any of them. He's walking towards Cinderella. Cinderella and Prince Octuple danced happily together. But later, Cinderella realized it's almost midnight, so she scurried out of the ball. And she was running so fast that she lost both her glass slippers. Prince Octuple was so worried that he might never see Cinderella again. So he traveled all around, and Octuple had to find her and brought the 2 glass slippers with him. By the time he arrives, he knocks on the door of the house where Cinderella, Eliza, Isabella, Georgia, Hannah, and Tasha lived. But instead of Cinderella, he finds Eliza, Isabella, Georgia, Hannah, and Tasha. He then says, "Ladies, I have a favor to ask. Cinderella try on these glass slippers. Eliza is first, but her foot is too big. Isabella is next, but her foot is too small. The rest did the same, but none of their feet were the right size. Suddenly, Prince Octuple notices Cinderella's sweet scene. The glass slippers fit! And Cinderella gets so excited because she's happy to have Prince Octuple back. And they both lived happily ever after. The end. And Andrew Stewards, I hope you enjoyed this story. Don't forget to subscribe, like, and share on Andrew Does Everything. And buy our merch in Dice 2. Take care. Bye. And now, Andrew Does Everything proudly presents 56 Cinderella. It is based on the story of Cinderella with a bit of a twist. Let's tell you the story, shall we? Once upon a time, there lived a young woman named 56 Cinderella. 56 Cinderella had 8 ugly, mean, wicked stepsisters named Fatima, Ivana, Fernanda, Tasha, Yadina, Sophia, Isabella, and Xavier. All 8 of them made 56 Cinderella do all the chores and watch her work. 56er wench! Sweep the floors, wash the dishes, do it all! Said Fatima, Ivana, Fernanda, Tasha, Yadina, Sophia, Isabella, and Xavier all together. One day, the king of Sex Queen Quadrant Tublingham's messenger arrives and says, Hear ye, the king of Sex Queen Quadrant Tublingham, his majesty, is going to throw a ball, and with lots of food. And after dinner at 10 o'clock, whoever has the most beautiful gown and crown shall marry his son, Prince Sex Queen Quadrant Tubling. Can I come? Asks 56 Cinderella. But she's not invited. Her ugly, mean, wicked stepsisters are. He's going to marry me, said Fatima. No way, Fatima, you're wrong. He's going to marry me, said Ivana. Both of you are wrong. He's going to marry me, said Verona. The rest say, all 3 of you are wrong. He's going to marry me. They even tear her 56 Cinderella's party dress. Later, at 8 o'clock at night, 56 Cinderella is distraught, sad, and upset, doing chores about not going to the ball and marrying Prince Sex Queen Quadrant Tubling. Suddenly, 56 Cinderella's very godmother arrives and comforts her. There now, 56 Cinderella, my dear. I can help with a bit of magic. And so, she waves her magic wand to do all the chores for 56 Cinderella. But she's not done yet. She says, 56 Cinderella, go fetch me a pumpkin and some ice. Luckily, 56 Cinderella has 56 pumpkins and 112 mice. 56 Cinderella's fairy godmother waves her magic wand again. And to turn the 56 pumpkins into a handsome coach, the 112 mice into horses, and 56 Cinderella's fairy clothes into gown and crown. 56 Cinderella says, I've never seen such a Sex Queen Quadrantuple-tastic gown. Get it out of my glass slippers. Fairy godmother, how can I ever thank you enough? And climbs into the coach. 56 Cinderella's fairy godmother says, well, you can't. But have fun, 56 Cinderella. But I would warn you, return home before midnight, or the spell will be broken and everything will change back to the way it was before normal. and gives her a clock to tell her what time it is. It's 9 o'clock now. 56-rella accepted the warning. Meanwhile, at the ball, the king of Sex Quinquaginton Tumlingham says, "Good evening, everyone." Prince Sex Quinquagintumpling was wondering who to marry. "Isn't that right, son?" In which Prince Sex Quinquagintumpling responds, "Yes, father, at 10 o'clock. 56-rella arrives at the ball for the food first. Just in time!" 56-rella then sees Prince Sex Quinquagintumpling, her mean, ugly, wicked stepsisters, Fatima to Xavier, say, "He's walking towards me!" Altogether, but Prince Sex Quinquagintumpling is not walking towards any of them. He's walking towards 56-rella. After dinner, Prince Sex Quinquagintumpling then asks, "May I have this dance?" And so 56-rella responds, "I would be delighted." 56-rella and Prince Sex Quinquagintumpling dance happily together. But later, 56-rella checks her clock. It's almost midnight! So she scurried out of the ball, and she was running so fast that she lost both her glass slippers. Prince Sex Quinquagintumpling was really worried that he might never see 56-rella again. The king of Sex Quinquagintumplingham comforts him by saying, There now, son. I think we'll be able to find 56-rella." And so the king of Sex Quinquagintumplingham and Prince Sex Quinquagintumpling traveled all around the neighborhood to find 56-rella and brought the 2 glass slippers with them. By the time they arrived, they knocked on the door of the home where 56-rella and her ugly, mean, wicked stepsisters lived. But instead of 56-rella, they find her ugly, mean, wicked stepsisters named Fatima to Xavier. Prince Sex Quinquagintumpling then says, "Ladies, my father, the king of Sex Quinquagintumplingham, and I have a favor to ask. Can any of you try on these 2 glass slippers?" Fatima is first, but her feet are too big. Ivana is next, but her feet are too small. "Nonsense! They fit!" she said. The rest did the same, but none of their feet are the right size. Suddenly, the king of Sex Quinquagintumpling and the king of Sex Quinquagintumpling, Prince, noticed 56-rella's sweet singing. "Prince Sex Quinquagintumpling and your majesty, is that you guys?" she hollered excitedly. "The glass slippers fit!" And 56-rella, the king of Sex Quinquagintumpling and Prince Sex Quinquagintumplingham lived happily ever after. The end. And Andrew's Doers, I hope this was a fun story parody. And don't forget to subscribe, like, and share on Andrew Does Everything, and buy our merchandise at AndrewDoesEverything.com. And take care. Bye.